Hey there, thank you for joining me in this short one. Today we're going to be looking at a SQL Select data serialization function, which is part of binding in SQL in Einstein Analytics. It gives you the power to select whatever column or whatever field you want to be shown or you want to appear on the widget on the dashboard. And in this case, so what we're going to be looking at in this short video, we're going to understand how we could give the user the power to be able to click here. So the user comes here, for example, and they click on this product family and all the CS product family. If they click product name, all the CS product name, industrial, this is some of the things that you can do with select a SQL Select data serialization in Einstein Analytics. And so what I did here was to get this data, I created a SQL statement, which is a basic select statement, right? So if I come here and I go to my data here, you see it says select industry as industry, product family as product family, and product name as product name from this DTC opportunity sample data set. And so this is the simple statement that we have, SQL statement that we have. So we want to bind this to this widget, toggle widget. That way, when you click on the product family or product name, you're gonna have it shown here. So if I go here and I go to advanced editor here, now what we're doing is we're doing SQL binding, right? So it's not circle binding, SQL in this case. So what I'm gonna go, I've created the step. Let me go back again. Now this one is it's a static step that I created, and it has all the information that I need. So this is the display, this is the, and so this is the expression and this is the alias. So if I come here, my statement here, and I go to the SQL statement, what you're going to realize is this is the expression, that this is the field that I want to get, and this is the alias, and that's the same thing that I have created in my toggle here. And so this is the expression here, and this is the alias. So we have to create our binding in such a way that the SQL statement that we have behind this, it's going to be able to understand. So if I go to my advanced editor here and I go to my my query here, I always want to be there. What I will do is I want to select from that static step, which is the select field. And what am I selecting? So this is a select binding. So I'll do my select here. But what are we selecting as? What is the data serialization function that we're going to be using here? Since we're working with SQL, our data serialization in this case that we want to use is as select. And you're going to see that appear here. And we know that this is a data set, right? Because we're reading data from the data set. And then here, I'm going to go into my data selection. Now, I'll be selecting rows. Remember that we said it was expression, which is a column, and the next column is the alias. And so that row is a row that we're looking at, which is here. You can look at it from here. So this row is what we're looking at. This is the display name. This is the expression, and this is the alias. So here now, I'm going to come, I want all the index, because all the row index, I want this and this, and that is why I'm putting all here. Now the column, now I want these two columns, right? Because those are the two columns. This expression in this case is text2, and alias in this case is text3. That's a column name that I have there, or the field name. Now when you do this, what you're going to realize is that now you're going to have no result, because we have to default it to something, right? And this is where it's pretty interesting and tricky, and I want you to pay close attention to this. Now, what the SQL statement is expecting an expression and an alias, as I said. So that is why here, this is going to be the expression, and this is going to be alias. So if we want to coalesce these into something, into default value, that coalesce has to return to us an expression and an alias, and we could do that using to array. So because we have to pass an array, right? In this case, you see they're passing an array here, which is an expression, and then they have an alias. So if I come here and I first of all go get my let me put it right here. If I put my coalesce here, for example, and I copy all of this here, cut that, and then I'll put that's going to be my first element, or my first string in that coalesce. Now my next string is what is defaulting to if this one is no result. it's going to be an array. So I need to come here and I choose array here. Now, what do we want this to default to? I want it to default to industry. So the first thing I want is this is going to be my expression, and it has to be in string. This is going to be my expression here. Okay, and then I paste that industry in there. Then my alias is still going to be the same thing, right? Because we say this is industry and this is so expression and alias. The alias is going to, I want it to default to industry. So I'm going to put my industry right there. And then you see this how it comes out, because it knows serialization here is as SQL select. And you can have, you see right here, it's industry as industry. So I can copy this now and I can replace everything here that has to do with my select statement. I will start from here. I'm going to replace all of this with it. And then I have it like that. So now if I save this, now my default was industry, right? And that's why you have industry right there. So if I preview here and I select product name, I'm going to have product here. If I select product name, I'm going to have product name being selected. If I select product family, if I go back to my industry, you have that. So now you didn't give me the option to do multiple selections. So I have product family, I can select product name at the same time, and you're going to see the two fields appear here, and I can select everything industry. So this is the power that you have as a SQL developer. In Einstein Analytics, you could do all of this binding. So thank you for joining me. I hope you understand. If you have any question, please put it in the comment section below and I will be able to help you out. Again, thank you. Look forward to the next data serialization that we're going to be looking at. Thank you so much. Bye-bye for now.